Hey YouTubers, welcome to my channel. So something about this vehicle, it's practical. It drives great, really comfortable, and it can be used as an everyday vehicle. The only thing that would disturb that comfort, in my opinion, is if you actually put on bigger tires, which will give the vehicle a rougher ride. And secondly, if you did lift your vehicle higher, that would also give the vehicle a stiffer ride, depending on the suspension or the spacers that you put on. But other than that, if it is stock, or if you just do what I've done with the 33-inch tires, it's still pretty comfortable. You do hear the vehicle's tires rolling on a higher speed. You do hear a hum. But if you're used to that and if you can deal with that, then you're pretty good. And we're dealing through tight corners here in my parking garage with this vehicle, and as you can see, it does just fine. I was actually parked on P4. We've actually made it all the way up to P1, exiting the ramp, but very quiet. The people used to actually say in the early days that Jeeps are really noisy, and they would actually still tell me before purchasing the Jeep that it's quite noisy and stuff like that. But I'm assuming if you do actually get something like a soft top, you would hear a lot more noise. But with what I got, it's really quiet. And you can hear it firsthand on YouTube here through the video. Super quiet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually rotate the camera towards the outside so you can get an idea of how high we are in comparison to the other vehicles that are around us. It's pretty nice, it's pretty high, and yeah, let's do that. The minivan on my left is definitely lower than us, and the RX 350 Lexus in front of us is definitely lower than us. So you get this feeling of superior feeling as you drive, that you're above the crowd. Alright, so heading into the car wash. I'm not going to do much talking in there just because of the noise level. However, if you guys are interested in upgrading your tires, or if you haven't already done so, if you've already done so, you can ignore this whole section. But yeah, if you're looking into upgrading your tires, 33-inch tires work in the car wash. It's a bit tight on the tracks. I just kind of feel like there is a bit of rubbing against the tracks, but as you look up ahead, it does work. Also, gas consumption does decrease a bit with bigger tires and bigger rims. Here I go. It's a very tight fit, but it does work. Excuse the noise for a second. I'm gonna see if I can get some talking done in the car wash here as well. But if the noise level does get a little too high, we'll have to continue this a bit later. So my wife and I decided to go for a Jeep Wrangler because my wife and I are expecting twins. So we had an option of 3 vehicles, or 3 types of vehicles. First one being a sedan of some kind. But the only issue of that would be taking a stroller in and out of the trunk, where you would actually have to lift it out of the trunk and then drop it down. And while putting it back, the same story. Just didn't feel it being as comfortable. Second option was either a minivan or an SUV. And that was pretty easy for me just because I didn't see myself driving a minivan. Being young and all, a young couple, and a transition between, or actually from a Dodge Challenger to a minivan just was not going to work for me. So I decided to go for something muscular and bulky yet safe. So I decided, or actually my wife and I decided to go for an SUV. We were at the Dodge Jeep dealership and trading in our Dodge Challenger, and so we took a look at the the Jeep Cherokee, the Patriot, the Liberty. I believe there was another Dodge that was sitting in there too, but decided to go for the Wrangler after test driving it. Plus, for the reason being that the trunk space was just immense. A lot of trunk room, and I just felt safe having my wife and my babies in the Jeep. You're just a lot higher and hopefully safer. So yeah, this is how we came about purchasing this Jeep. A little bit about the Jeep itself, for those who are considering purchasing one. This is a 6-cylinder, 6-speed automatic. It's a 3.6 liter engine. Low. 4 high pretty much works well with off-roading, or if you do have snow in the country you live in. It's fantastic for that. 4 low is good for situations where you're stuck. What ends up happening is on 4 low you get higher RPMs. However, you don't get much speed. So what ends up happening is it tries to force the vehicle out of a stuck situation. However, not a really good idea to drive on 4 low because you'll just kill your engine. In other words, Other than that, with this Sahara edition, comes with the navigation, which I've talked about earlier. A lot of bells and whistles. Unfortunately, this vehicle, as I mentioned earlier, does not have the leather seats, but I can live with that. It's practical as can be. I mean, it's very comfortable, very quiet. Definitely an everyday car. And if someone tells you it isn't, then they're probably not Jeep owners. But I'm talking as a proud Jeep owner that loves my Jeep. I can take this every day to work. I do take this every day to work. And my wife takes this whenever I'm not taking this to work. And she's extremely comfortable with it. And in the next video, we will be installing baby seats and showing how that actually works with the Jeep. My main purpose for these videos is to show everyone that a guy or a gal can actually purchase this Jeep and use it every day. Be it single, be it married, be it expecting baby or babies in our case. Totally practical, and would suggest this to everyone. It's awesome. So yeah, it's what else can I say? You know, it's a good ride. All right, so I'm going to be talking about clearance now of the Jeep. Considering the fact that this is on stock suspension, nothing's been lifted. Only consideration is that we're on 33-inch tires, which gives the vehicle an extra inch of height. I'm going to be showing you a garage. We're going to be entering our garage, and going to explain that there is nothing to worry about if you're considering a Jeep. So general clearances are about 6 foot 6 inches and can go up to 7 feet at times. Seems like we got a bit of traffic coming up here, so I'm just gonna let these cars go through. A lot of cars feel intimidated when they see a Jeep, which is cool. But yeah, so the Jeep stands at about 5'11" to 6 feet, just about there with the 33-inch tires, and we've clearly made it. We got some pipes and it seems like water pipes and such up ahead, but generally speaking, if you're worried about getting a Jeep and not being able to make clearance through garages, you can definitely make it. And from what I think is, even if you did lift the Jeep up by about 4 inches, I think you would still make it clear. You would still make it safely down a condo garage. Generally anything commercial, any commercial buildings that you're going to park in, if you're parking down at the city, downtown anywhere, those are about 7 feet from what I've seen. And so yeah, you are totally safe jacking it up a bit. Just gonna reverse the vehicle. We got another tight squeeze through, and here we go. We do freak out a lot of our guests that ride with us, other passengers. They do freak out a bit, thinking we may not make the clearance, but it's all in fun. The turning radius is not bad. I've driven vehicles that have better turning radiuses. However, it's a Jeep, and it's a longer wheelbase, bigger tires. Therefore, I find that you got to prepare yourself a little bit when turning. Give yourself enough space and time to make your turns. Other than that, it is pretty awesome. Alright guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative. Please stay tuned. There will be another video where I'm going to be installing baby seats and to show how practical this vehicle can be to expecting parents. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the link below, and we'll see you guys soon.